What is up, gamers? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I just want to hop right into this. I don't have any yap session or nothing. I want to play Rise from the Ashes. Oh, did I not? Hold on. I never changed the gosh dang stream title, did I? Okay, just kidding. We do have to yap about something. We have to yap about how I never changed the stream title. The stream title is still "If I Get Struck by Lightning, the Stream Ends." That was last week. Oh my gosh. Jesse not even changing his own stream title. We're playing Rise from the Ashes today, so the stream title is going to be Fall from the Branches. That was very silly. It's not even the first time I've forgotten to do that. And the thing is, you can change your stream title like hours before you go live. You can change it days before you go live if you want to. You can set your stream title as far in advance as you want, but I just forget. Well, anyway, we're playing Rise from the Ashes. Again, this will probably take many, many streams, but that's just gonna how it's gonna have to be, right? Let's at least get a dad joke in while we're watching this opening cutscene. I'm a freelance artist. People get excited when I say that they don't need to pay me, but then they get upset when I only draw piercing weapons. Oh my gosh, a freelance artist. All right. He has a knife in his hand, but then he splits in two. What epic foreshadowing. But yeah, I wanna let you guys know. Oh yes, the knife, the vase, the mascot, the knife in your hand. I want to remind you guys, you matter. I'm proud of you. Jesus loves you. And if I'm being honest, this has been a tough week. Maybe that's why I didn't have anything to yap about. It's been a bit of a rough week. But we're gonna sit down. We're gonna play a game. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna try to chill out. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office, 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is until the day the girl showed up. The girl. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. Same, Phoenix. There you are, finally. Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? Yeah, you think? I'm sorry, but Ms. Mia Fey is no longer, works here. So you are? The coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait, you're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Ah, she knows. Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. Why is he just not taking cases? Bro needs to eat and pay rent, right? But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Technically, yes, I am undefeated. I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But please, you have to help. It's my sister. Yeah, and she looks just like Maya. Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator, eh? Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? Yeah, that's very young to be a scientific investigator. I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I'm unemployed. I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. Ah. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less. Oh my gosh. Great, another future professional in training. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow. My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case, just like all of these. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. Oh my goodness. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. Splat! Hello, it's good to see you. How are you? And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. I suppose I will. Hey, hello. Yes, it's good to see ya. We're playing some dialogue. We're doing some dialogue-heavy gaming here. We're doing some reading. We're doing some. I'm auditioning as an audiobook actor. Maybe I should. Don't quit my day job. That's interesting. How would she know Mia? Your struggle busting through a migraine. Oh no! Oh my goodness. I got woken up by a migraine just the other day. And I was like, that has not... For one, that has not happened in forever. And for two, it's like, that feels like cheating. Like, I'm sleeping. How dare you wake me up right now? That's what it felt like. Oh, I hope you feel better. You've gotten them since you were 14, so you're used to it, but it sucks. Aw. Splat. I hope you feel better soon. I don't know if there's anything I can do for you. I say that as if, you know, I can do anything besides just yap into your... if yapping into your ears helps your migraine, then I'm glad. You want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, then? Excuse me, I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. You appreciate the yapping? I appreciate your appreciation of the yapping. Yeah, I sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. But how do you know Mia? My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school. She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well? Oh, they aren't close. Right. When she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. I hate my sister, but please defend her. But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? Everyone in this game is an orphan. That's just how it works. No one has parents. They died in a car. Yeah, no one has parents in this game. It's just you're not allowed. Not allowed to have parents. Okay. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Uh-oh. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want to raise this year, Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Oh, so yeah, she's a prosecutor, right? And the prosecutors control everything in this game. Hi, Lana. Funny, I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry, what exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Gasp! A prosecutor that somehow we just never met. Two sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coinky-dink? Yeah, we get it. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Okay. There's something you should know from the start, which is the suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Wait, but the suspect is you! You already confessed. Uh-oh. Me, I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. My, that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were. Well, that's just great. So who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. Yeah. The worst case you've had so far, Phoenix. So you're the chief prosecutor. That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Heh. Like a pecan? Okay, that's... Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Well, sorry, the game never told me about you. In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Yeah, nice excuse. I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. She wasn't like other girls. Trapinch in the chat. She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. What? Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. The best there is. The best there ever will. Oh wait, that's Bret Hart. Sorry. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. It sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana... Too bad, Lana. The game developers say I have to. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Oh. You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know! So, how can you say you did? if I lose you, I'll be all alone. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I hate you, Lana. Oh, wow. That's mean. Mr. Wright, I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes, but something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. I can tell by the look in your eyes that your sister is not guilty. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what, and it's going to take 8+ hours to do so. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. About what? My sister, she's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling, everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? Yeah, what's wrong with you? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe well, maybe not. Maybe she murdered someone, and that's when she changed. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? All right. Nope, I'm trying to... There we go. Ah, yes. Very familiar with this scene. It's coming back to me now. So this is the lot where it all happened? Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Yeah, you only visit places where people get murdered. Hey everyone, keep up the good work. Thanks, Emma. What are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my coworkers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. It's funny you say that, Phoenix, because you do that. Like, that's what you do. I'm trying to not stand out too much here, see? Hey there, you expecting to go unnoticed to your partner? Partner? Oh yeah, this guy. What do we have here, Mr. Clint Eastwood? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them dogies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall! Oh, she knows who he is. Marshall looks more like a sheriff to me. What I love about Mr. Marshall is you can just let this animation play forever, and he'll just keep shaving himself. He'll just keep shaving forever. Endless shaving. Looky here, Bambina, I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a motherload of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You... What? What? What's this guy talking about? Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Was that a hombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of, yeah. He's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Alright, time to read all the flavor text. Let's go. What's this? A wallet. Excuse me, officer. Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. Yeah, you're supposed to steal it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. That's the most scientific way to do things. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft. Wallet hastily stuffed into pocket. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? Yeah, so this is the part where they used the DS touchscreen in the DS version. By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this. Okay, now look at the court record. Yep. Oh, it's auto-playing. Okay. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now, let's start examining from every angle. Oh, look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with a press of A. Aha, I opened the wallet. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842189. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I don't know if this is very scientific. I just opened someone's wallet, but sure. I guess, though I don't see what science has to do. Oh, he's literally... Phoenix, you're taking the words out of my mouth, buddy. Goodman's ID added to court record. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. Yep, we gotta do that. Alright, time for more flavor text. Look, a door! This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Oh my goodness. A ladder! Suspicious. That's a step ladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Yeah, she's the queen of flavor text, just like Maya. Look, a stylish glass-walled room. Very nice. You could see the whole parking lot from in there. It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe? Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later. I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office. You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day. Too bad they don't have a test for common sense. Yeah, reading comprehension might be her weaker subject. This is where the cars leave the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose? Aha! The theory of relativity! I've got to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German or was he British? Mr. Relativity, are you sure that was his name? Yes, Mr. Relativity, my favorite scientist. Okay, a telephone? Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What is she babbling about? What did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Alright. This wall is in our way. It's got a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank. I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. Alright, yep, and over here's the big boy. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. Oh, is he gonna kick us out? The sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, well. The little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, eh? Please. No problem, partner. About time for vittles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is? And when? Note to self, look up to Vittles Saloon Cerveza. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me, were you two all set? Oh, it's the other girl, isn't it? Yep, the bento box lady. What's this? She couldn't be... You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Hello, half and half, was it? Thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you? Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. Cough-up, huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. Yeah, she's the witness. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up queen, tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star, don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Jeez, okay, I wanted to see... Oh, we can't, okay. Yeah, it's not letting us go back over there, huh? Okay, let's talk to her. Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny was yesterday's special for some reason. You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of iniquity. Evil ones? Prosecutors, they have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. Oh yeah, King of Prosecutors. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors' convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday, it was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Oh, really? Does Edgeworth eat the evilest lunches? Does Edgeworth have puppies for lunch? Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Ms. Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so... Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Oh, but she said he was only stabbed once. Uh-oh. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course, it's quite a feat, becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Because wasn't she we're gonna find out later. I'm vaguely remembering like how this goes. And it's like she was either a prosecutor or a police officer or something like that. Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Ms. Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. Every day selling lunches in a parking lot. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried... Wait. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's Trilobite lunch set. Never mind, you win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Oh no, there was a Flamigo and I missed it. Aw, man. Did you have a bad experience with a prosecutor, Ms. Star? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. What? Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I don't think you need science to explain... Well, I don't know. I don't think you need to scientifically explain that old clam bad. I mean, now you're talking cough up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Do we need to present anything? Anything else? About this card. Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card, it's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady. Why? That's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Okay, well that clearly wasn't it. Any flavor text we might have missed? Barrels! Barrels. An oil drum. It's filled with water. It's heavy, I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Sure you're not. Mysterious lunch lady. Yeah. Okay, what if we present this? A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme lunchbox? Oh, I know someone who would love that. Wow, it's really crunchy. A box of pickles, kind of a sad lunch if you ask me. Oh no, not the box of pickles. Okay, do I just have to go somewhere else now? Okay, yeah, I think I do. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What, that shield? It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. And then Edgeworth shows up. Phoenix Wright, you never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? Yep, it's Edgy Boy. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? I mean, she said earlier that she knew the Edgeworth case, so yeah. Of course, I'm his biggest fan! Oh, she's also in the Edgeworth fan club. Everyone's in the fan club. My sister introduced us once, and... Right, her sister is chief prosecutor, after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No. I was just Mr. Wright here. Don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Oh, sorry, I didn't properly scream to give the full effect of the scream. So the body was found in your car. Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir. Emma Skye. It's nice to meet you again. Now that didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember, you've really grown. I'll admit, it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait, what did you say? Yep. Edgy's back, baby! Lana Sky's the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You, Mr. Edgeworth? To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy! That's cray. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go as far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's got to be a story behind that one. So wait, is he saying the other prosecutors? Wait, I'm actually... Hold on, can I... Yeah, I wanna... There are some who say I'm the one responsible. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others, and some of them even present me with a... Okay, so it's like even the other prosecutors don't like him right now, which is kind of funny. Chief Prosecutor Sky? Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case, my breakout moment, my debut album. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago, I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Alright, traces of blood, no prints. Edgeworth? Are you sure you didn't do it? Hey, what if it was actually you, my guy? Come on, can you take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Okay, let's look around. Flavor text. Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. She's getting way too excited about this. Okay, this is the big one, I think. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Of prosecutors. What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. He doesn't seem happy about it. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What, so? So that K, that's... K stands for king? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors, kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. King of Prosecutors trophy. Added King... Oh, I was stumbling over my own words there. King of Prosecutors, given to Edgeworth on the day of the murder. My, what an amazing bouquet, just right for Edgeworth. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy, I've heard that name somewhere before. And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. Oh, there's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy. Wendy, is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée? Ah, that Wendy. I don't think so. Ooh, cute! What a pretty tea set. I go more for the instant tea bags myself. Amazing, the drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Ah, Edgeworth likes his tea, huh? Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction. There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. Yeah, I know all about that. A work desk. It's quite tidy as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. Or Gumshoe's reflection. Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't, he'll sue you. Hey, a chessboard. I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Oh my gosh. Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. Whoa, these are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd, I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. He must have someone get them for him. Why did I Gumshoe again. He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool! You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Alright, let's look out the window. Whoa, what a view! It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. I guess you would feel important. Incidentally, were you to jump out this window, the time until impact with the ground would be... Got it! Approximately 3.23 seconds. That's handy to know. Alright. Oh, do we need to look closely at the knife? This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth in the wild? Think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. No, I think it's just... Okay, that is just flavor text. Okay. Fine. A name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. ID Yabba-Dab. See, wouldn't that be better? Yabba-Dab. Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. It doesn't take much to amuse her. Alright, can we flip it over? Okay, apparently not. What's the... I want to know what the blurred text on the back says, but something tells me it's you know, yeah. Okay. Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma, I guess he must be a foreigner. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I mean, you're not wrong. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. Isn't he in jail? When she says it, his name does have kind of a ring to it. Nothing back here, no. Hey. I know that the shield being broken is, like, significant at a later point, but sounds like it's not letting us take a look at that now. Fine. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? He'll take it for sure, won't he? I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty. If she sighs any deeper, I'm going to start getting depressed. Oh my gosh. Okay, is there anything... Oh, there was an Ariados in chat, and I missed that too. I once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago. You wanted to be a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Yet my path is laid out clearly before me. So dramatic. I have no time to reflect on what might have been. So basically, this says you were the best of best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why is that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday. Ah, there we go. That gave us some more dialogue. So yeah, the broken shield is a bit of a Chekhov's gun right now. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Gotta clean up. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. He seems very upset about it, though. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield. Shield helicarrier. Not that kind of shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. The murder was 3 minutes after that, eh? That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves in our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Edgeworth being Edgeworth. Edgeworth's parking stub added to court record. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, Wright? I'd appreciate if you'd direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh, right, this guy. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Skye? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Yeah, me neither. Skye, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that race next month. It's always like, I'm docking your pay. No one makes any money. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy, looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Right. Yes, sir? Aha, he caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down, at least. All right, here we are. We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me, that took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? Oh yeah, the little guy. Disturbing, why does it undulate like that? Don't say undulate. Oh wait, I know, this is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal. What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well... At least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. I love how everyone in this game can just, like, read our thoughts. Like, it's just... Everyone's casually reading our thoughts. I was wondering about that. What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. We gotta watch it again. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Alright, I don't think there's much else here. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, if you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Alright. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Well, I already did. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and killed him. Oh no. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. Okay, everyone, we're gonna talk pretty quietly now. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. So what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. An Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal! Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Hey, pal, this is a detective ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. Well, I tried to. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together in criminal affairs? Now I remember! Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, please do. So this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? Why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Skye called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Okay, anything else we can present to him that will help? I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Okay, anything? Found in Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Skye to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... of course someone else did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers must be because of the rumors. Okay, why would there be rumors about him, though, if, like, Von Karma is also, like, you know... If Von Karma was the other person who won the award, wouldn't there be more? I don't know. Okay, let's... Okay, so nothing else to present to him. Oh, here we go. More dialogue. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Well, yeah. we saw the last tough spot he was in. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses, nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murders, no one's whispering. They're shouting! They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? He just told us. We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer from West LA. For a moment there I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Letter of introduction added to court record. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. I mean, that does hold true in a lot of cases. Oh, excuse me. I just had a big yawn. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Okay, yeah. It's the same. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right into the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog. He's holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me, wait a sec, isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny, let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Alright, does he talk now? Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Goodman's autopsy report. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do so much work with the Chief Prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. I was one of them fancy-shoed detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now. How can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. Fascinating. Alright, we can finally examine again. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. Yeah. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. B block is through here. That's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching on a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine. This rope, is it? Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Alright. Well, here's the big one. Right there. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yes, of course. Right, let's check it out. Oh, it's auto-playing again. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. It's really funny now that phones... I don't know... Yeah, I remember, like, redial and stuff like that from when I was a kid, but now that's just not a thing you even think about anymore, because the last thing you do with your phone is actually make phone calls. Sorry to disappoint you, but I know about things like redial. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Alright. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last... Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Oh, I like the ringtone. Hey, that song, I know that. Yeah, it's the Silver Samurai theme. What's going on over here? Ah, oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone, except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of them newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Alright, anything else we can examine here? A lanyard? What a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know. It has the little thing in the front that's for like the caller ID. Oh man. I remember when caller ID was like a thing that people even like got excited about, you know? Anything else here? No, just the one big button. One big button. Okay, okay. Hey there, buddy. I don't think there's anything else we need to look at here, huh? A block, this area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Okay, do we have to go back to, here? Oh, she's gone. Okay, well. Anything else here? Any flavor text we didn't read? There's a grate on the wall. No. A step ladder. I never knew my real ladder. Okay, we're just gonna play Hunt the Pixel for a little bit. It's no problem. Okay, I think we're done here then. Ooh, single stab wound was found between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. That's a very wide range. A toy shield suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it, they've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Okay, well that didn't actually give us anything good, huh? Oh, there we go. Dialogue. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between the cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now, which is about as long as he's been a prosecutor, right? Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. Skitty in the chat. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try to catch the Skitty. Pokey catch. I'm gonna catch the Skitty. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Skye. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So hold on. I feel like I might have missed something there, actually. Let me just run through it quick again. The music faded out and then it started again. Oh my gosh. Making deals to win trials. I like how he says there's a secret, but everyone knows it. Oh no, Skitty escaped. Game is rigged. Okay. Still nothing there. Nothing here. Anything here? Nothing here. Okay, I must have to present something else. This is Detective Goodman's ID card. Strangely enough, we found it at a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance in this rat hole? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Texas. This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros. Okay. 5:12 p.m. The prospector's bright red steed came in at a trot, real slow-like. A trot? Mama Donna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later, so it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse. So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. Okay. Not that. My sister's cell phone. The last time it was used was 5:18, right after Goodman was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night. Why did Lana make that call? Okay, so everything I presented there didn't quite go anywhere. Does that? Nope, that didn't change anything. What about doing this? Okay, not that. That didn't do nothing. That didn't do nothing. Okay, yeah, we saw that one too. I do love Edgeworth's theme. It's pretty great. Anything we might have missed here? We already saw that. There's a door. Anything change here? I don't think so. Okay, you know what? It's probably time for a break anyway, so we're gonna let this guy's music play, because this guy's music rocks. I'm gonna take a break. Please use this opportunity to stretch, drink some water, get a snack, and when I come back, I will have just a hint, because I'm just forgetting, you know, what the next thing is. It happens all the time. But yeah, we'll be back in maybe 5-10 minutes, and hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you soon. Be right back. We are so back. And you know what? I feel very silly because after looking it up, you know how earlier I made a joke about playing Hunt the Pixel? Well, we did literally, we missed a pixel. It's right here. Okay, maybe not a pixel, but we missed a collection of pixels. I think it was because I already saw this. I thought I'd gotten this. But no, this and this, you see they're separate. Okay. Let's head it. Let's hit it. Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. 67S122. Or... There's a name printed on the paper above it. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. So, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. By the way, Emma. Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? That phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Ooh. Spooky. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Alright, see, if I just played for a couple more minutes, maybe we could have taken the break there. But then we wouldn't have had the sick music during the BRB screen, so it's cool, it's cool. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Skye, you remind me a lot of Mia, but there is one decisive difference between you and her, and that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there, so I have to discover the truth all by myself. It's very dramatic. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Yeah, the 16-year-old at council table. Totally normal. Court is now in session for the trial of Ms. Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. No, I thought that was a brand new chatter for a second, but it was just the Ko-fi message. Oopsie. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. I'm a professional at witnessing things. Prosecution calls its first witness, Ms. Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down, eating in the courtroom. I don't know if you can do that. And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty, it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Mr. Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective? Ah! I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who is this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? Oh my gosh. If you can, then give him your worst, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about me? Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend, when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend, how touching! As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna save, so we don't have to go through all that all over again. So how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Oh my gosh. The movie references. It's great. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay. By garish car, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. Gasp. What an odd case this is, and the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. We're dealing with Edgeworth here. I need something more substantial than that. Can you tell us what the suspect was doing when you saw her? So isn't there, like... through the wire fence, would she... There's like a wall in the way, right? Is that the problem? Let's just see if this gives us anything. Tell me more about this knife. The blade was about 4 inches long. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg? I mean a person? Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. Yeah, I think this is the one. And if not, then we're going to be doing a lot of saving and resetting here. Is that not? Nope, that's not it. Oh, come on. No, we already saw this flavor text, right? Yeah. Do we just have to press on everything? Is that... Yeah, maybe we do just have to press on everything. Okay, let's load. Let's see if pressing on everything helps. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always yield to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Ms. Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend, you have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guarded room is in the lot in A block. And it's up on the second level so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Okay, so my idea of she couldn't see it through the wall is actually not even close because she could see over the wall, at least in theory, maybe? I don't know. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. You sensed something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? Pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Then I must be hard-yellowed and sharp as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. Hey, don't say that in front of the judge. In any case, there in the lot I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Okay, yeah, we already saw this one. In your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Oh, that sounds delicious. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Oh, there we go. We got her to take a photograph. Photograph, you took this. The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over, and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. You ever put a camera in your lunchbox? Everyone does that, right? I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this most certainly is the defendant. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Okay, so we got new evidence. Should probably take a close look at this. A jacket covered in blood. Taken through, you kind of see the wire fence, right? She's wearing, I don't know, dress, jacket, shoes. Touching the car. She has gloves on, it looks like. And you can see the A in the background. Yeah, let's see. Tell me more about this knife. Yes, we did see this text. She thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes, the next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You'd said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Okay, so pressing on everything did give us another piece of evidence. Oh, goodness. I'm like... And again, it's another instance of, I know I've done this before. But I'm just, like, forgetting. Forgetting. Dated the day of the crime. It goes to show you never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light. Oh, man. I feel like this might be what we're supposed to present, but I don't know on what. Da, da, da. Should I look again? I don't want to look again if I don't have to. I have strategy wiki open in a tab here. I don't really want to look, but okay, I'm doing it. My life sucks. Okay, no, actually, okay. No. I was close. I feel like I was close enough. I don't know. I was thinking of trying this, but I was like, no, that seems a little too, like, out there. But I was thinking of trying this, so I guess I just should have tried it, huh? And you witnessed this. You saw Ms. Sky stab the victim with a knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph! This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Ms. Sky not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. Hey, at least we are progressing the story here, okay? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to present it. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. I would like a jumbo-sized lunch. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Nani? Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. Okay, so all that was just to add another piece. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove the rubber gloves prove it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Okay. The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Ugh. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Ms. Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show this wasn't premeditated. So prove the murder wasn't planned. Does anything... The coat she's wearing? The, I'm just gonna try presenting things. Okay, that wasn't it. Yeah, okay. That's not it either. Okay, we get one more before we have to load. Single stab wound. Nope, that's not it either. Don't mind me, just loading my save here. Okay, let's, instead of just going, okay. It's supposed to be this. Yeah, okay. See, this is the kind of thing where... I don't know, it's not quite, but it almost feels like one of those how was I supposed to guess that moments, right? It's saying present Edgeworth's knife because she didn't have her own murder weapon. The murder can't be premeditated because she didn't have her own murder weapon, which, like, does not feel like a connection my brain would make in the slightest, you know? But here we go. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Whoa, she dropped her lunches. Order, order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Yeah, Edgy's like, you idiot, you buffoon. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. Hey, that's a dessert. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. Shrug. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else. Ooh. That was a gnarly hiccup. Hope that wasn't too loud. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense, yeah. I knew this was going to come up at some point, and it's coming up now. When she says again and again. A human machine, that's a contradiction. That's kind of silly. Please, can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's sighs smell like citrus fruit. You say again and again, how many times did she stab him exactly? We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me? Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Challenging her difficulties as a detective really set her off. More scientific testing is required to understand how candles burn. Alright. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Ms. Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk! He's my hero, really. Poor Phoenix. What about me? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Okay. We're saving. Her red muffler. Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. Miss Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib, that's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Ms. Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what? Okay, yeah, I know we gotta present something here, but I am forgetting what. The red muffler looked like blood. Nope. fingerprints. Oh, she wasn't wearing the scarf. Aha, no scarf on her neck.
Objection!
Ms. Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. Wow. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? I mean, chopped liver for lunch, maybe. But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details, unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Very well, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes. We'll do the thing. But not before saving. Let's just press everything real quick. So where was this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? Yeah, so I think this is the one, because she was in the other side of the parking lot, right? She'd have to, like, climb over the fence or something. You say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details. Yeah. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Ms. Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain-link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing! The cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean... Yeah. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately, my memory... It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Ms. Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order, and so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Lana's cell phone. Okay. I saw it all, how she tried the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. And when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? Yeah, so clearly we're supposed to present on that, but when he says you saw her doing this, I'm guessing this is where you say, wait, but there was a wall in the way, right? Yeah, yeah, there we go. Ms. Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Ms. Lana Skye. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you'd be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You two, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Ms. Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up. Cough up what? I didn't commit no murders. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Ms. Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? What? What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Okay, yeah. I think I remember getting this wrong when I did this. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about where she saw it or the order of events. Ms. Skye tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing, therefore it would be pointless for Ms. Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Ms. Skye using the emergency phone, it would mean Ms. Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place for where Ms. Starr witnessed the crime was here. Yeah, I think she's, like, up here, right? This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security room, yes? Well, Ms. Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Starr. She's like, I take advantage of men for fun. That's just... What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Ms. Skye? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Yeah, so odd that I'm going to save again. Why did Ms. Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. Objection! It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury, except for, in this game. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Ms. Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station, but she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Angle of view, distance. It's definitely not difference in lighting. I think it's distance to the crime. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Ms. Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Ms. Skye? Well, witness, you ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. So she went the long way. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. Oh, that's pretty serious. You swear on a spork? And the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Just bribe the judge with food. Do I have any evidence to stop this? I have to. I have to. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Avery, hello. It's good to see you, my friend. We're questioning how long it takes to cook pasta. I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you do have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Let's see. Oh, you tried to catch a Pichu that already escaped? Aw, I'm sorry, Avery. You'll get the next one. Ms. Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. Don't ask me, I'm a bad cook. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Oh, she's gonna... We're not quite to the breakdown yet. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned, and with that, court is adjourned. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? Hey, I thought it was me. That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? Yes, she has all the lunchboxes. My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Ms. Starr. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Triple deck. Just bribe the judge with food. Works every time. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Oh my goodness. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now? To the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Ms. Lana Sky. You have dinner, Avery. Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your snack. You're quite hungry. Right before I started stream, I had a little snack because I know that I get hungry when streaming. Streaming is hard work. I'm using my brain. Your brain runs on glucose. I get hungry, okay? So, yeah, I did have a snack. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. There was blood found on that shoe. Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Your fingers are crossed that the bread is not moldy. Oh no. Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. This witness is well connected. I mean, she used to be a detective, and she also, like, is dating the entire police department all at once, apparently. It was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you've yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim's shoe added to court record. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay, saving again. We are saving often. And let's just press everything real quick. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results. How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. I'm the one laughing. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This when the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Not in this game! No one goes to jail for perjury in this game. Let's just get this over with. And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you remove valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. So you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on this shoe, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Ms. Lana Skye. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant. I don't think that's true, Phoenix. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results, but they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Ms. Lana Skye's. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. That's not how blood typing works. Looks, this is a video game, okay? Nothing makes sense here. There's you know, all kinds of stuff happening here. A problem. This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? I mean, if we say no, then we don't go anywhere, so I have to say yes. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Oh my goodness. We are saving often. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with the evidence. Oh, there's blood on the sole of the shoe. Is that it? So, like, someone would have to step in blood, but the victim couldn't have stepped in blood? Is that the idea? I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What would possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? No, not that. Wasn't there the, Oh, I think that comes up later, though. There's something about, like, water washing away some of the blood, but I think that's later, not right now. Is it this one? The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? There we go. Yeah, I was close enough. As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. You gotta have bloody footprints, otherwise your crime scene doesn't look cool. Doesn't have the horror movie aesthetic to it. Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Ah, Edgeworth. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. Oh yeah, so the, See, I was just saying it earlier. The water. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. What is... When has that sentence ever been said in human history? You're not... It's like, instead of not the sharpest tool in the shed, you're not the fastest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Ah, you don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Ugh. It's like he gets stabbed whenever... That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Skye's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! Yeah, I'm pretty sure... No, is this an instant, or what can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. But Angel Star's on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Ms. Lana Skye... Oh no, did I accidentally... Oh, there, okay. I was like, did I accidentally trigger an instant death? Little girl, what did you just say? Oh my gosh, yeah. So I honestly thought, like, wait, did I accidentally trigger an instant death? And I'm just being stupid, but no, it's just gonna keep going. Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. All the lunch puns. All the lunch puns! Another lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. She's just pulling evidence. She's like, I've been hiding all this. I got piles of it. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you'll be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. Oh my gosh, she has even more photographs. Photograph. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photo. It's clearly wet. Yep. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind, immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. Aw, Mia. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection! Yeah, we gotta yell. We gotta point and yell. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Let's save again. Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. Good question. There's the exhaust, there's the shoe, there's the wet asphalt. There's the knife in his chest. That's pretty brutal. Shoot. What? It's either like this or this up here. Or is it the fact that we don't see his face? Is that it? Like the victim's face is not fully visible. Let's just try this. Well, it's probably here. Okay, no. When you point to something, at least remember to keep your eyes open. I believe he's trying to say that no one's falling for your bluffs, Mr. Wright. Open your eyes, Mr. Wright. Think scientifically. Okay. I mean, I don't know what exactly I'm thinking scientifically here. Do I click over there? Okay, nope, not there. Hey, at least there's no time limit on this one. Dun dun dun. If I just go all the way up here. Okay, let's try, I don't know, the hand, the car, the water. Oh my goodness. See, it lets us have as many tries as we want, which is just pretty funny. The license plate? I don't know. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all aren't sick of watching me try stuff. Should I just check the, should I check the wiki again? Problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Oh. Okay, that was it. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. You don't know enough to offer a backseat game? Hey, that's okay. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case. Okay, I remember this one. It's because the word muffler was spoken on the phone. You have toast? Avery, can you please give me some toast? I would love that. Ms. Starr, recall your testimony for the court. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. We stabbed her with evidence. Emails Jesse ham and cheese toasty. Oh, I appreciate it. It seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene expected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Ooh, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry? To be continued. Oh, right, because the trial sections in this one are super long. Yeah. Should we do one more? I think, yeah, I think we have time to do one more. But before we do one more, we are going to have a small break. Okay, let's see what plays out here. Mr. Wright? What? Are trials always like this with you? Yes, they are, unfortunately. Like you're swimming up from the bottom of the lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Go download your toast and get some water. I do need some water. I mean, I have water here in the room with me, but I do still well, I also still need to mess around with my microphone EQ. I did download the EQ software that Antlion suggested, but I have yet to mess around with it and like make test recordings. So yeah, but that will also help out my voice. I know. This has been a busy week, okay? Oh, he said pretty much, yep. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least. Officer Marshall. Thought I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall, the whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say? Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So Ms. Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? Jello. If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. This guy. I'd like to resume? Okay, well, the judge would like to resume, but I would like to take another break. So again, stretch, get a snack, drink some water. We'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll do this next section. And then that will probably be the last section of the day. It'll take us probably another hour, so yeah. I'll be right back, y'all. See you in a bit. I'll have you know that one of my roommates made chicken soup. And I love chicken soup, but I love you guys, so we're gonna finish this before I have chicken soup. You ever, see those scenes in the movies where it's like, do you know how much I've done for you? Do you know how much I've suffered for you? Do you know how much I've gone through for you? I'm like, do you guys know I would temporarily put off having chicken soup for you? That's true. That's how much I love my chatters. I will temporarily put off having chicken soup for them. That's my kind deed of the day or something. Homemade soup is no small sacrifice. But yeah, I'll have the soup after stream is done, which is fine. The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Nope, edgy is edgy. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused, you're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be! This can't happen! I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock? Who's there? What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? It's you. Oh yes, he stares at the camera for long lengths of time. Oh, sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy smizzy, Udgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha, so you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little worthy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Ms. Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I won't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Yeah, we're the protagonist. We have to do it. Oh, it's auto-playing again. That's not me. That's... Alright. Yeah. So we gotta click on the switch of the switchblade. Wah, don't scare me like that. You know, honestly, switchblades are kind of scary. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife? Sure thing, not a problem, even a little one, really. In some places, switchblades are illegal, yeah. Here, I don't, I mean, you know, America, you can buy whatever weapons you want here. I actually went to a knife store. Avery, if you want, I could send you some of these pictures. I went to a knife store and I took some pictures while I was there. And the really funny thing about knife stores is not just the varieties of knives. You know, you got kitchen knives, you got like throwing daggers, you've got like knives that are modeled after like traditional Asian knives and traditional knives from different cultures. But the funniest thing I saw was there's a bunch of like what I can only describe as aesthetic knives. Like one in particular that had Hello Kitty branding on it. It's just like I'm thinking like I need to carry a knife with me, but you know, I can't let it mess up my fit. I can't I can't have a knife that doesn't match my vibe, so I gotta have a knife with the Hello Kitties on it. Yeah, Avery, I'll send you the picture. It's great. And there's also just like, you know, you can find like leopard print or sparkles, glitter, you know, just like whatever kind of aesthetic you're looking for, you can find a knife that fits. But yeah, I mean, a knife store is a cool place, I gotta say. One of my cousins learned gun safety with a pink camo rifle. Exactly. Aesthetic overall. Yeah, you wanna, you know, if you ever need to, like, assault someone but look fabulous doing it, then, you know. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department. A detective? That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Except you just did. Wait a second, you said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order. Anyway, we at the department were all aflustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? He says in front of the crowd. I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay. That knife, what was it doing there? I better check this knife out. Oh, we have to, we have to take a look at this, don't we? The SL9 tag. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6, maybe it's a case number. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Yeah, so if you flip it around, it looks like 67S, which is what we saw earlier. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Examine evidence that links the knife to Goodman. Yeah. Do we present on this or the other one? I think we present on the second one. Yeah, there we go. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife, this has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Aha, an honest-to-goodness what do you mean from Udgy? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7S 12-2? Your Honor, it's upside down. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up, but turn it around and what do you get? 221 SL9. Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order. Well, Chief? Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. Just arrested, that was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto? I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. We already said 5:15. Let's say how. How is the detective killed? How is he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Can we... So he said he'll tell me one thing only, but you know, we can just repeat the dialogue. Tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second, I have heard of that. The evidence room, didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? Stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it. Do we have to present the knife again? Nope, not that. Okay. We're gonna save before we make any more wrong answers. Five 5:15. But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. Do we present the photograph? As the knife was in the car, right? Wait, was that photograph never in the court record? Oh, that's odd. We present that. Nope, not that either. We already saw that. We already saw that. Anything else? No, not really. Shoot. I'm pretty sure this is the one we're supposed to present on. Let me just check this again. Give me a second. Is looking at all the photographs still making me laugh? Yes, every time I do, it makes me laugh. Let's see. Okay, okay, we were supposed to go for all three. See, when it presented the three options, we were supposed to go for all three. That's very silly of me. When the victim died. So when did the murder at the police department occur? Now that's a sharp question, right? Oh, very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna look. Oh, wait. No, that's... Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Wright. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed, there do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Did I literally just forget to press on the last one? I did, huh? Wow, that's very silly of me. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. Oh my gosh. Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Victim's ID number. Yeah, I remember where this is going. How about you tell us the victim's ID number? Which, I feel like if this was real, like, he would know. Like, oh, if I tell him the victim's ID number, he's gonna know exactly who it is, right? Right? Maybe? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. Yeah, I already stole an ID card, buddy. The number is... He's gonna pause dramatically. 5842189. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82... I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department. This does tell me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? This, right? Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier, that started with 82... I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho, ho, sharp as attack, Righto, sharp as attack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time and in a completely different location? Order, order. Chief, what does this mean? No, what I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now just wait a second, Worthy, no need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. How dare you? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Ah, yes. Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Yeah, it was that guy. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. That's mean. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then what? Epic stare. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy? My goodness. Now what was the second rule of evidence law, Well, Mr. Wright? Oh, well, it's Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy. I was just doing my job. No. Edgeworth's having a real bad day, okay? It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, what with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment is for this, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Woo! We made it. Let's save. Save. And let's head back to the title screen. Let's I gotta, you know what? I gotta play my favorite music to send us off. It's this one right here. This music just, I don't know what it is about this particular one. It's very, very happy. Well, let's, before we wrap up, wild that there was actually a decent reason for the chief of police to be that withholding. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'll just tell you that. We're not even, I don't know, we're like maybe a third, not even a third of the way into this particular trial. I don't even know what I'm saying, dude. I'm tired. My voice is tired. Hey, Avery, since you're here, do you feel like raiding out? You're debating ice cream or just getting ready for bed? Oh, wait, the music fade out. No, I don't want it to fade out. I want it to loop. Let it loop. Let it loop. There we go. Because, unfortunately, it seems like most of the people I normally raid are not even live. Let's see. We could raid the twins. How long has it been since we raided the twins? Or we could raid Zaf. Actually, Zaf is live with the twins right now, which is kind of funny. But let's see. You'll be going to bed pretty soon, and you're down to do a raid first. Let's do a raid. Let's raid out. We're going to raid Zaf, who is a friend of the twins, who we've raided both of the twins before. And he's right now streaming with them. Let me just make sure I'm out of ad jail before I hop into his stream. Yeah, hopefully you don't get stuck in ads forever after raiding in. Okay, yeah. They're playing, what are they playing? They're playing Hospital Simulator. So, yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Zaf. Tell him the Fumery's coming to say hi. As always, you matter. I'm proud of you. Jesus loves you. We're gonna say hi to our buddy Zaf, Let me make sure he's accepting raids first, actually. I forget to do this sometimes, and then... Like, there's been a couple times I forgot to, like, check if someone was accepting raids, and then I had to awkwardly, like, change the raid target last minute. Make sure I'm spelling this right, too. Okay, I hope I spelled that right. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're gonna tell Zaf that the Fumery's coming to say hi. And thank you so much for being here. Have a great night.